Hello, welcome back to Shape Up Sunnyvale. Today we're going to cook spaghetti squash with shrimp. And this is one of my favorite recipes. It's really easy and at the same time it's very comforting food. So let's start cooking. What we will need for the ingredients, first of all, the main ingredient is the spaghetti squash. You will have that in your kit. So it's spaghetti squash, then we have salt and pepper, always olive oil or any oil that you like to use, butter, garlic. The kit will have also some shrimps, parmesan cheese, mozzarella, and I think, you will need also milk for that. Okay, so your kit, the spaghetti will be also raw spaghetti squash you will have. And what you will need to do, we already pre-cut this because it's a little bit hard. It has very hard shell. So you will need to scoop out the seeds. The inside part we don't need. So you will just scoop this out. Also, these seeds, you can toast them and use them, so they're very delicious, but here we don't need. So you can discard, but save them for later. Okay, then you will already have, your oven should be preheated on 400 degrees. And the tray, we will line up the foil, parchment, and we can brush with oil the spaghetti squash. Let's do that. So you are gonna, from all over, you will brush with oil. Then I would recommend to cover it because it takes almost an hour to bake. So this way it will not burn and it will not get dry. It will still have, it will be moist and juicy from inside, and we will completely cover it and it will go into the oven. 400 degrees, it also might take an hour or hour and a half. Another way, you can also use microwave, so that will be maybe around 10 to 15 minutes, but I always prefer to cook in the oven, so you decide how you like to do that. So this is going to the oven. But I already have the pre-cooked one for you, so we can start using the one that's pre-cooked. Let me save this. Okay, so now let's, I will show you how we're gonna do when you pull out the spaghetti squash from the oven, make sure you check that it's completely soft and the fork goes through and you can feel that this is coming out. So you basically need to feel that your fork easily goes inside and it's completely soft and it will easily come out from the shell. So this was pre-baked and it's ready to be used. So with the fork I will just start doing so now you can see it really looks like a spaghetti. So like this. So it took exactly an hour and 20 minutes to cook this, but for you, again, you have to check, and your oven, you know your oven better, so you will decide how long it should be there, but always check, and at least an hour for sure it will take. Okay, so this is all scooped out, and we will start. Okay, so our spaghetti squash is ready. This we don't need. And we will start working on our sauce. Let's move to the stove, and I'll take all the ingredients there, and we can start with the sauce, and this is going to cool down a little bit while we're working on our sauce. So the sauce base is going to be, we will put, so this is already warming up. I will bring everything over here. Okay, so you will have around, you will need around 1 tablespoon of butter. That's the first thing you will put here. Okay, it's a little bit too hot. Let me cool down. Okay, let me use this one. Okay, it's warming up, so the butter is here. As soon as it's melted, we will start cooking. So butter is 1 tablespoon of butter. Then we will need 1 tablespoon of regular white flour, around 1 teaspoon of garlic. Salt and pepper should be here, and your garlic should be just a crushed garlic. So you will have garlic clove, but you have to crush it. Okay, so our butter is melting. I think I didn't really measure, so it should be 1 tablespoon. As soon as this is warm, we will put the flour and we'll mix that. Okay. Okay, so our flour goes here. We will start cooking the flour until it fully has that earthy flavor. So basically this is like this sauce, it's like a base for bechamel sauce, maybe. So now we see that all the flour is completely mixed, so you don't have any little balls. So you can see and smell the smell of the flour and a little bit of the butter. Now we put the garlic here. But make sure don't burn your flour and your butter. So garlic goes here. Again, we will mix a little bit more. Now we have to lower the heat, so it has the great aroma now of the garlic and the butter. But again, don't overcook the garlic. Just as soon as you feel the smell and it's a slightly like golden brown color, even golden, then we'll start with half of the cup. Half a cup milk, and that's what you will need for your portion. So I will now mix again really well. With the salt, be very careful because you're gonna have enough cheese that will also give the salt, so give out the salt flavor. So you should be put a little bit, and then at the very end, after the cheese, you will need to try. So this way you will not overdo that. Okay, so everything looks even. So now we will need just a very little touch of salt, and it has to be very low. Then a little touch of the black pepper. With the pepper, if you like it, just go ahead. Then next will be, and if your sauce comes out very thick, you can add a little bit more milk. So it should be very like runny, but not, so it should be still like this. Okay, now I'm gonna put the cheese. So we have 1/4 of the cup parmesan. Let's mix it a little bit more. Delicious. Okay. And we can already put the shrimp here as well. So the portion of your shrimp, you will have it portioned exactly. You don't need to worry about that. So it's going to be around 3 ounces of shrimp per your portion. Okay, and as soon as you see the shrimp turns pink and it's like it becomes a kind of full circle, so it's closed, the shrimp shape, so it means it's cooked. But usually 3 minutes should be enough for this size of the shrimp. Make sure don't overcook because you're also gonna add the spaghetti squash, so this way it doesn't become really very hard. Okay, so around 3 minutes. Okay, let me bring our spaghetti squash. Okay, so I can see the pink. Now it's a good time to try the salt. But again, we're gonna also add the mozzarella. So now I will try the salt. Okay, let me bring a clean spoon. It's very good. Doesn't need anything. Okay, so I think this is a good time. So our shrimp is pink and this one is roundish. You see, this one is cooked, but this one, I think everything is cooked here. So as soon as they are becoming a little circle, so this is cooked. Make sure don't overcook. It's gonna be very rubbery. Now we're gonna add another 1/4 of the cup mozzarella, and all our spaghetti squash goes over here. Okay, we are lowering the heat. It just has to completely cook through together and it's done. So smells good, tastes good, and easy. And if you're concerned about the carb, so this is really a good idea that you will have the healthy carbs from the spaghetti squash, not the real spaghetti. But the same sauce you can also use to do regular pasta and do the same base with the sauce, shrimp, and then if you want you can also add the regular pasta. So let me try one more time, and I think this is ready. So let it just cook, maybe simmer for just 1 minute. Don't overcook, but just as soon as you see like little bubbles here, it means it's cooked, the cheese is melted, and it's ready to be served. Okay, I see the little bubbles. Okay, so I'm turning it off. Everything is done, and you can garnish it with parsley, and it's ready to be served. So parsley is optional, you don't have to add that, but it's just for color and maybe some smell. That's it. Enjoy. See you next time. Thank you.